Our topic for today is integration of partial fraction. If we have this expression f1 of x over f2 of x, f1 of x is a polynomial of a lower degree than f2 of x. Therefore, yung expression number 1 natin is a proper fraction. If f1 of x is higher or the same degree as f2 of x, then the fraction should first be transformed by division into the form f3 of x plus f4 of x over f2 of x, where this f4 of x over f2 of x is a proper fraction. If yung number 1 na case natin and yung f4 of x over f2 of x ay mga proper fraction, it can be broken up and expressed as the sum of certain proper fraction called partial fraction. We have 4 classification of partial fractions. First is the linear factor. Second is the repeated linear factor. Third is the quadratic factor. Fourth is the repeated quadratic factor. So, itong mga to ay iisa-isahin natin. So, in this lecture, we will focus on the linear factor. Topic 4.1, linear factors. Makukonsider natin na we have the linear factor if the denominator is broken up into distinct unrepeated linear factors, such that the f1 of x over f2 of x is equal to a over x minus a plus b over x minus b plus c over x minus c. So where a, b, and c are constants to be determined from the equation of identity, itong x minus a, x minus b, and x minus c, ito yung mga factors ng denominator natin na f2 of x. Let's have an example. So we have the integral of 6x squared plus 10x plus 2 over x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x dx. So titingnan muna natin. We have here yung numerator natin is a polynomial of a second degree, and yung denominator natin is a polynomial of third degree. So, yung denominator natin is higher in degree compared to the numerator. So, nakikita natin that the numerator is lower in degree compared to the denominators. So, therefore, this is a proper fraction. So, what we are going to do here is to find the factor nung denominator natin before natin siya makaklasify sa kung anong case siya. So we have x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x. This is equal to x. Pa-factor out natin since common yung x. So this is x squared plus 3x plus 2. So x, and factor out natin to. So this is x and this is x. So as a review, kukunin lang natin yung factors nitong 2 na to. So we have 2 possible factors. So we have ang possible factors natin para magkaroon tayo ng positive 2 is we have 1 times 2 and negative 1 times negative 2. So, kinuna natin ang factor ito. So, ang kasunod na titingnan natin is kapag pinag-add natin yung mga factors, dapat ito yung magiging sagot natin. So, we have this 1 plus 2 is 3, and that's positive 3. Ito naman ay negative 3, so meaning ito yung factor natin. So we have here plus 1 and plus 2. Okay, so since we already know that the roots of 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x is equal to x times x plus 1 times x plus 2, So ngayon, para ma-compute natin yung roots, we have to express the product equal to 0. Sabi ni algebra, diba? So we have x is equal to 0. And we have here x plus 1 is equal to 0, meaning x is equal to negative 1. And x plus 2 is equal to 0, so meaning x is equal to negative 2. So, paano natin kukumputin itong mga roots natin gamit ang calculator? So, first thing na gagawin natin is, so ito ay basic na to, no, sa mga marunong na gumamit ng calculator. So, yung purpose ng discussion na to ay para sa mga nag-e-explore pa lang. So, we have to press mode and 5 equation. So, since naka-cube yung equation natin, and we have to select 4. Since we have cube here, yung A is coefficient of x cubed, B is coefficient of x squared, yung C ay coefficient of x, and yung D natin is the constant. So, this must be equated to 0. So, ibig sabihin, if you have your equation na naka-express in constant, ay lilipat natin yung constant sa left side ng equation. Dapat naka-equate sa 0 yung equation natin bago natin gamitin to. So, press 4, yung coefficient ng x cubed, so that's 1. Coefficient ng x squared, so that's 3. Yung coefficient ng x, that's 2. Since wala tayong nakikitang constant, so that's 0. So, yung roots natin, x sub 1 is equal to negative 1, wherein yun din yung na-compute natin kanina. The second root is x is equal to negative 2, and x is equal to 0. So since we already know the factors, ay pwede na natin i-express. So we can also say that this is equal to integral 6x squared plus 10x plus 2 over yung factors natin. We have x plus 1, x plus 2 dx. Ang ginagawa natin ay tinatanggal muna natin yung integral sign. So we can say that 6x squared plus 10x plus 2 over x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x is equal to a over yung first factor natin, b over yung second factor natin, plus c over yung third factor natin. So kung makikita natin dito, yung factors natin na x plus 1, and x plus 2 ay mga linear kasi this is in degree 1 and walang nauulit. So we have linear and distinct factor. So ang gagawin natin dito ay i-multiply natin both side by the denominator na x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x. So yung left side ng equation natin ay numerator na lang yung matitira. So this is 6x squared plus 10x plus 2. And we have here a. So since ang factor nitong 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x is x plus 1 and x plus 2. So if we are going to multiply this by a over x, so makakancel yung x, itong dalawa yung matitira. So we have here x plus 1 and x plus 2. For b, makakancel naman yung x plus 1, so x at saka si x plus 2 yung matitira dito. And we have C. We have x plus 2 here. So, makakancel yung x plus 2. Si x at saka si x plus 1 yung matitira. So, we have x and x plus 1. So, ang gagawin natin dito is to solve for the value of A, B, and C. So, para ma-solve natin, we have to substitute yung mga roots natin. Wherein, itong x is equal to 0, x is equal to negative 1, at saka x is equal to negative 2. So if x is equal to 0, then we have here, so 0 na to, 0 na to, 2 na lang yung matitira sa left side ng equation natin. And if x is 0, so magsi-0 to, so 0 na rin si B, 0 to, so 0 na rin si C, masasolve na natin yung A. We have here A, 1, and 2 here. So we have here 0, so that's 1, and 0 to, so that's 2. So we have 2 is equal to 2a, meaning a is equal to positive 1. If x is equal to negative 1, so substitute natin doon. So 6 negative 1 square plus 10 times negative 1 plus 2. So if this is negative 1, so magsi-0 to. Magsi-0 to. So masosolve natin si B. So we have B, negative 1. So that's negative 1 plus 2, and that's positive 1. And kung i-evaluate natin itong left side ng equation natin, then we have here negative 2, and here is negative B. So B is equal to positive 2. Then lastly, we have x is equal to negative 2. So if x is negative 2, left side the equation natin, so 6 times negative 2 square plus 10 times negative 2 plus 2. This is equal to, so negative 2, magsi-0 to, magsi-0 to. So yung C yung makukompute natin. So we have C, negative 2, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. So kung i-evaluate natin itong left side ng equation natin, and we have here positive 6, and this is 2C. So your C is positive 3. So paano kapag gagamit tayo ng calculator sa pagsasolve natin? Pag i-evaluate natin ito. So usually, what if gagamitan natin yung calculator? So usually ang ginagawa natin ay halimbawa magsasolve tayo ng negative, magsasubstitute tayo ng negative 1, and sasubstitute ulit tayo ng negative 2. So halimbawa for the negative 1, itong calculator, itong ginagawa natin dito sa calculator ay para to sa mga first time, or nag-i-ex, hindi naman siya first time kasi nakahawak naman na kayo ng calculator before, maliban sa mga calculator na ginagamit natin sa matindahan ng bigas, salita pa yun. So we have, so usually ginagawa natin dito ay 6. So halimbawa sasabihin tayo ng negative 1. So we have negative 1 square plus 10 times negative 1 plus 2. Ngayon, kung dito naman tayo sa negative, x is negative 2, so usually ginagawa natin ay i-edit natin siya. So negative 2, tapos balikan na naman doon, and negative 2. So that is positive 6. So, para sa 0, hindi naman siguro kailangan i-substitute kasi alam mo naman, no, na positive 2 siya. No? So, what if that's 5? So, babalik ka na naman, mag-edit ka na naman. Okay. So, kapag nag-evaluate tayo ng function, what we are going to do is just type the function. So, 6x squared plus 10x plus 2. So, if x is negative 1, so, ang gagawin lang natin, calc negative 1 equals, so, nakuha na agad natin itong negative 2. So, if x is negative 2, so, calc negative 2, and that's positive 6. So, if x is 0, so calc 0, and that's positive 2. So, kahit anong value, no, ay pwede natin dito substitute. So, calc 5, kunwari, so that's 202. So, calc anything. Okay, so, continue tayo. Okay, so another solution in finding the value of A, B, and C is to expand. So, gagamit tayo ng coefficient method. So, we have x squared plus 10x plus 2. So, gagawin natin ay i-expand natin siya. So, we have A, expand natin to. So, that's x squared. 1 plus 2, so that's 3x. 1 times 2, so that's 2. Plus b, this is x squared plus 2x plus c, this is x squared plus x. So, yung gagawin lang natin dito ay kukunin natin yung mga coefficients. So, we have for x squared, we sa left side ng equation natin, so we have 6, and so sa right side natin, a times 1, so yung coefficient ng x squared dito ay a, and here, so b times 1, so that's b, and then here, c times 1, so that's c. And this is our equation 1. For x dito sa left side, so we have 10, and then here ang coefficient ng x ay 3 times a, so that's 3a, and then here ang coefficient ng x dito ay 2 times b, so we have here 2b. So dito ang coefficient ng x natin ay 1 times c, so we have plus c, and this is our equation 2. So for the constant, we have 2 sa left side ng equation, and here 2 times a, so we have 2a. Wala tayong constant dyan, wala tayong constant dyan. So, solving for a, that's 1. So, since we already have the value of a, substitute natin siya sa equation 1 and 2. So, we have, if a is 1, so 6 is equal to 1 plus b plus c. And dito, we have 10 is equal to 3 times 1, so that's 3 plus 2b plus c. So, simplifying further, and we have b plus c is equal to 6 minus 1, so that's 5. And in here, we have 2b plus c is equal to 10 minus 3, so that's 7. So, we have here our equation 4 and equation 5. So, next thing na gagawin natin is to evaluate the equation 4 and 5. So, by algebra, we can subtract since So, makakancel na tong C. So, masusog na si B. So, by subtraction, change lang natin yung sign nito. And proceed to addition, diba? So, we have B minus 2, so that's negative B. And 0 na si C is equal to 5 minus 7, so that's negative 2. Meaning B is equal to positive 2. Okay. So, since we already have the value of B, pwede na natin siyang substitute dito. No? So, if B is equal to 2, so 5 minus 2, so meaning your C is equal to 3. At kung titingnan natin, pareho yan sa sagot natin kanina, no? Okay, so what if we are going to make use of our calculator, no? So ayan. So since dito muna tayo sa part na to. So mode, equation, para makuha natin yung value ng B and C. So, since we have two equations, two unknowns here, then ang gagamitin natin dito is function 1. So, yung A, yun yung coefficient ng B, and yung coefficient ng B, and yung B coefficient ng C, and then the C here is the constant. And so, take note na kapag ganito dapat siya. No? So, kung nauna si B, dapat sa second equation, nauna rin si B. So, okay. So, B is equal to 1. C is 1. And constant is 5. So, we have here, second equation natin, equation 5. So, we have 2. Yung B. Yung coefficient ng C natin is 1. And yung constant is 7. So, we have positive 2 and positive 3. Yan. So, paano kapag gagamitin natin itong nakuha nating tatlong equation? So, mode, 5, 3 equations, 3 unknowns, so that's 2. So, for equation 1, yung A natin, so, yung A, B, and C, so sakto naman A, B, C yan, pero usually X, Y, and Z ito. No? So, we have A is 1, tapos coefficient ng B natin 1 din, and C is 1. Constant natin is 6. Second equation, yung A natin is 3, yung B natin is 2, and yung C natin is 1. And our constant is 10. Yan. Sa equation 3 natin, yung coefficient ng A natin ay 2. Wala tayong B, so that's 0. Wala tayong C, that's 0. Ang constant natin is positive 2. And we have X is 1. Yung X, yun yung nauna. So that's A. A is 1. So that's correct. Y is 2. So yung Y natin yung second. So that's B is 2. And yung third natin na variable is C. And that's 3. So yun yung gamit yung calculator. Okay, so since we already have the value of A, B, and C, what we're going to do is to substitute this sa equation natin. Kung babalikan natin, ayan, so isa-substitute na natin ngayon yung mga values natin. Since ang nakuha nating A is 1, yung B natin is 2, and yung C is 3. So, gagawin natin ay maglalagay ulit tayo ng integral sign natin. So, we would have A, so that's 1. Of course, syempre, may dx na to. Dx and dx. Now, we substitute the value of A, B, and C, which is A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3. And then, let's integrate. Kung makikita natin dito, yung derivative ng mga denominator natin ay mismo yung numerator natin na dx. So therefore, this is just ln of the denominator. So we would have ln of x plus 2. The derivative of x plus 1 is dx, so that's ln of x plus 1. The derivative of x plus 2 is dx, so we would have 3 ln of x plus 2 plus c, and this is our final answer. If we want to simplify further, the 2 will be the exponent of x plus 1 and the 3 will be the exponent of x plus 2. Simplifying further, and we would have ln of x times x plus 1 squared times x plus 2 squared plus c, and this is our final answer.